Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about some very interesting news because yesterday there's been a lot of noise, right, regarding Cristiano Ronaldo and FC Barcelona. I know that this does sound very weird, but that is why I don't want to bring it up within today's video because I want to be here to address it completely. And then later in the video, we're also going to be talking about Frenkie De Jong and his future, and also the same for Nico Gonzalez. There's so much that we do have to discuss, and so let's first talk about the big story that did happen yesterday when it comes to Cristiano Ronaldo potentially moving to FC Barcelona. Now, the reason why we are even talking about this, it is because we saw Jorge Mendes meet with Joan Laporta. And so many were speculating, okay, because of that meeting, maybe he's trying to introduce Cristiano Ronaldo. And one of the reasons on why Jorge Mendes would be introducing Cristiano Ronaldo to FC Barcelona, it is because Ronaldo yesterday asked Manchester United that he does want to leave. He wants to go to a different club. And the reason for that, it is because he does want to play in the Champions League. This is something that Manchester United are not going to be in. They are going to be playing in a different tournament. And knowing Ronaldo, knowing that his nickname is Mr. Champions League, he does not want to participate in any of the competitions that Manchester United are going to be in. He wants to be in the Champions League in every season. And I remember when I first heard this, I was like, oh really? Like, you really want to leave the club that brought you into the light and just leave this club after one season only because they failed to give you exactly what you want, when the only reason why you are even Ronaldo today, it is because of Manchester United. Like, if anything, step up for your club, like bring this club back into where it's supposed to be. But I understand, right? Like, Ronaldo was probably looking at this whole thing and saying, okay, I am very well aware that it is almost impossible for us to go into the top four, because if we look into the top four, right, it is very difficult to break into that. You look at Liverpool and Manchester City, these are two clubs that will definitely never ever leave that top four position. They are just way too good. And when it comes to Chelsea are always going to be Chelsea. They're always going to find their way into the top four. And then you have your competitors, right? Your dark horses like Tottenham, like Arsenal, two clubs who have been really improving in the past couple of months. But going back to that story between Ronaldo and FC Barcelona, right? Like, again, this is the reason on why we even heard a story like this. But when it comes to this report, it does say here, according to Fabrizio Romano, that there is absolutely nothing between Ronaldo and FC Barcelona, as it should be. I always thought that when it came to this story that it was not 100% true. And even if it was real, like even if Jorge Mendes actually introduced Cristiano Ronaldo to FC Barcelona, Barcelona will say heck no. Like, there is no reason for Barcelona to bring someone like him in. We already have Aubameyang and we're going to be having someone like Lewandowski. Like, if Ronaldo were to come into this club, he would definitely be that plan B behind Lewandowski. And I do think that Aubameyang is that better plan B. And the reason why I am saying that, it is because of this. Aubameyang, within just 13 matches with Barcelona, when he did join in January 2022, he scored a total of 13 goals and brought in 1 assist. Cristiano Ronaldo, within a total of 38 matches and having 1 full season with Manchester United, he scored 24 goals and 3 assists. And so look at this, right? Many could imagine and say, okay, Cristiano Ronaldo is the definitive winner. Like, what are you talking about, Kevin? Well, if we double the amount of matches Aubameyang played with FC Barcelona, assuming that he had the exact same amount of goal scoring consistency, he probably would have finished with 26 goals and 2 assists, surpassing Cristiano Ronaldo. So I do believe that Aubameyang is still considered as that better plan B if Cristiano Ronaldo were to ever be linked to this Barcelona club. We can also look at the goals per 90 within their leagues. Aubameyang has a total of 0.9 goals per 90 in La Liga, and then Ronaldo with Manchester United has a total of 0.66 goals per 90 minutes. And so I am fine with Aubameyang. I do not ever think that sportingly Ronaldo going to Barcelona would make any sense at all. And so the rumor to this is 100% closed. And now let's move on towards Frenkie De Jong, because there has been a lot of nervousness, right? A lot of tensions between the fan base, because I think that many of us are getting fed up. We're trying to understand what is going to go on with the future of Frenkie. Like, why have we not heard anything about this player? And so one of the reasons on why it has stalled, it is because of this. And it does say here, according to Tony Juan Marti, Barcelona isn't too happy with Ali Dursan, who is Frenkie De Jong's agent. The club has been trying to sit down with him and talk since a few days now, but he's been absent. And there's only 2 options on the table for the future of Frenkie, which is to either sell Frenkie to Manchester United or take a salary reduction. So again, one of the reasons on why Frenkie's operation to Manchester United has not progressed, it is because the agent itself has not met with FC Barcelona at all. He hasn't even been responding to what Barcelona have been trying to do. And I hope that this is just not like another case of like an agent problem, because the only thing that we have been dealing with within the past couple of months is like problems with the players' agents. But I don't get how the agent coming from Frenkie De Jong, right? How does this benefit him on not responding? Like, I'm really trying to figure it out. Like, what is his negotiation tactic here? The only thing I could think of when it comes to the agent is that the reason why he does not want to talk with FC Barcelona or like Joan Laporta or Mateo Lamán, it is because he knows that his player does not want to leave, which is why he does not want to waste any time. So he's probably saying, I'm just gonna be ignoring Barcelona's calls. Like, my player wants to stay, and so you guys can just waste your time trying to get back at me. I'm not going to be responding. I'm not even going to be thinking about it. So whatever, right? Frenkie wants to stay, and I'm only going to be acting on Frenkie's best interest. And that's basically it, right? So like, we have no idea, and I have no idea on why the agent has not been responding, but that could be a reason on why. Now, I do believe that the agent should be responding. He should arrive at Barcelona and say, how can we negotiate a salary reduction? Because that is one of the biggest problems for Joan Laporta right now. He wants to talk with the agent because maybe they do want to continue together, but have a salary reduction, because there is no way Barcelona is going to be continuing with Frenkie and pay him 19 million euros in the next season, which is something that has been created by ex-president Bartomeu. So we'll see how all of this does play out. Of course, if a salary reduction does get agreed upon, Frenkie will continue, and I hope that Frenkie does continue with this club and really prove to the world that he is here to succeed. And so now let's move on towards the last topic of today, and let's talk about Nico Gonzalez, because there has been a lot of questions when it comes to his future, because we know that right now there is currently no spot for Nico Gonzalez. Like, when it comes to Frenkie De Jong, yes, there is a role, there is a spot. He has the capacity to act within a different role that he's probably not used to. But when it comes to Nico Gonzalez, there is a lot of questions, and I do think that if Nico does want to stay with this club and not potentially be loaned out to a different club, he needs to have a very impressive preseason that is coming up in a couple of days. And so it does say here, according to Fernando Polo, Nico plans to leave on loan if he gets a good proposal. He'd like more playing time and prominence, which is why this is going to ultimately be the decision. So we'll see how this loan goes, right? Like, assuming that he does leave, let's see how it goes, because the one thing that gets me very nervous about Barcelona letting go of their academy players on loan is that there is a high chance that they might not ever return. I mean, we'll see how Alex Collado does play in this Barcelona team and see if he does succeed, but as of now, going based off what we have seen in the past 8 years, these loanees never end up actually returning or succeeding, if they even do. So as of now, the short-term option, like when it comes to this like short-term scenario right now, it is that a loan would be considered as an option B, but as of now, Xavi Hernandez is going to be going for giving Nico that chance to perform in that preseason. If not, then he will be loaned out. And so Nico Gonzalez has had his chances before. Like 3 months ago, I do believe that it was against Levante, Nico Gonzalez was given a chance by Xavi Hernandez. He gave him like about 30 to 45 minutes, if not maybe even 55 minutes to perform against Levante, I believe. But he blew it in that game. I remember Nico Gonzalez was given all of those minutes and he did not give anything, like at all. And that was his chance to add more flow into the midfield, to make the midfield be much more productive. But Nico Gonzalez was so absent in that game, and I'm like, oh my god, like he blew it. So it has been a very up and down story for Nico, because he has had high moments in the previous season and low moments in the previous season. But here's the one last thing I would say when it comes to Nico's future, right? And I'm going to be talking about the team overall. There is starting to become way more reasons on why Xavi Hernandez should implement the double pivot system within Barcelona. I know that this does seem very unlikely, but there is more reasons than ever before. Now let me explain. You look at Frenkie De Jong. If you want to get the best out of Frenkie, you go for that double pivot system. You look at Nico Gonzalez, the player that we have just talked about. In the B team, about 1 to 2 years ago, Nico Gonzalez was playing in a double pivot position and he was playing phenomenal. He works extremely well when he does have another defensive midfielder right next to him. And then when it comes to Kessie, in the previous season, the season that we have just finished at AC Milan, he was playing as a left central defensive midfielder and was always accompanied by another defensive midfielder. So you're having so many midfielders that are very accustomed to the 4-2-3-1 system that it makes me believe that maybe Xavi is considering to go to a system like this. Again, this may be possible. I still think that we are going to go with a 4-3-3, but it's really starting to become something serious. Like if we were to ever go into a 4-2-3-1 system, here's how I would place the lineup. I would have Dest on the right, Jordi Alba on the left, Araujo and Koundé as the center back duo, and then the double pivot being Frenkie and Kessie, and then our 4 attackers being Ansu on the left, Dembele Dembele on the right, Pedri as the central midfielder, and Lewandowski as the striker. And then you can have Nico Gonzalez switch in for Kessie. You can have players like Gavi switch in for Pedri. You can have players like Rafinha go in for Dembele. It would really work. You look at a starting 11 like this, it would be monsters. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona daily news. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.